My name is Leonard Miller. I'm from Scarborough, Ontario, located in Toronto, Canada. To represent Canada, it's like amazing. I'm proud of where I'm from, so whenever I get the chance to put on for where I'm from and put Canada in the right direction, I just take advantage of it and I go hard.
Nets World, it's your boy AJ back again. It's Nets Kingdom, hashtag we go hard. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any breaking Nets news. Also follow us on Instagram at Nets Kingdom 1. Type in Nets Kingdom on all social platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, SoundCloud. You will find us, Nets Kingdom. And check out our website, netskingdom.net. Cypher dropped a new article on Leonard Miller. More information on Leonard Miller. Link will be in the description. So, Nets Nation is draft night, draft lottery night. We're going to be seeing who is going to get the number 1 pick, who's going to get the number 2 pick. The top 14 teams in the NBA are going to get to the draft lottery tonight. As you guys know, the Brooklyn Nets have the 21st pick, the 22nd pick, and a second round pick in this NBA draft. So we're going to be a little bit late in the first round, but today's video is going to be about Leonard Miller. Now, I got Leonard Miller's name probably put across my screen about a few months ago, but now I'm taking a deeper dive look into him. He is an outstanding NBA draft prospect, but I'll give you guys a little bit of background on Leonard Miller. Now, he was born in Scarborough, Ontario. He played basketball, volleyball, and golf during his childhood. He played basketball for Thornlake Secondary School in Ontario. He opted to play a postgraduate season at Fort Erie International Academy in Ontario, and he had no college offers at this time. Now, he became the team star player after he went to the academy and received over 25 offers from college programs. Now, he did decide to not go to college and he got selected to play for the world team in the Nike Hoop Summit. Now, on April 23rd, 22nd, he declared for the 22 NBA draft. Now, in high school, I want you to read these numbers. In high school, he played 9 games, averaging an absurd 31 points, 11 rebounds. He also averaged 2 assists compared to 3.8 turnovers per game, and he had a growth spurt to 6'11". He actually ran point guard when he was younger, but he got a crazy growth spurt in high school, and he grew to 6'11". Now, he was named to the G League. He signed with the G League. He's only 19. So he ended up not going to college and signing with the G League Ignite, which is an option for younger players today. Now, in the G League Ignite, he averaged 16.9 points, 10.1 rebounds on 53% shooting from the field, 30% shooting from three-pointers, and 79.2% from the foul line, playing 29.7 minutes per game in a total of 38 games. So, we're going to start with Leonard Miller. What are his strengths and what are his weaknesses? As you guys know, in the NBA draft, I think if we're going to draft players, what the Nets need is a stretch 4 that could rebound, that can play at the 5 position, that can rebound and have an interior presence. He can actually and hit that 3. And I also think we need a backup center. And then the third thing I think we need is a backup point guard. So those are the 3 kind of things that we need for the draft, in my opinion. But we'll start with Leonard Miller. So he's 6'10". He has a 7'2" wingspan. He's about 211 pounds. He has a good frame. People say he's 6'10", 6'11", but that's a good height. Now, yes, number 1 strength I would say for Leonard Miller is his interior scoring. Now, he's really good around the rim. Out of 299 attempts, he scored on 198 of them, leaving him about 66% at the rim. That's really good. He has a really good touch with his left hand. He can finish through contact. He's very versatile offensively. He can play in a dunker spot. He's a good cutter. He has a very high motor athletically. Now, since he had that growth spurt because he used to play guard a lot when he was growing up, he had that growth spurt, and now he's like 6'10", 6'11". What I noticed about him is that he has a very, very good handle for his size. Like, he's operating out of the pick and roll. Like, if you look at these clips right here, he has a really good offensive versatility in the half court as a creator. You know, he likes to get the ball off the rebound, and he can score in transition. You know, he can come off. He likes to drive left and come back to his right hand. He has a really good fluent dribble, that a lot of big guys don't have. Kind of like what we saw from Claxton, that unique ability at that size to handle. And then you look at these clips over here about him coming off the pick and roll. He can come off, I guess because since he was a guard in high school and he had grew to 6'11", he has a really good read off the pick and roll. He can come off the pick and roll, make a good playmaking read, see if somebody is open in that short roll, and then he can come off the pick and roll and attack. Even though he shoots lefty, he does have a nice touch with his righty floater. But just at his size, it's good to see him operating out of that pick and roll. Just intriguing flashes of handle, great intriguing flashes of handle. And then he finishes through contact, because in the G League he averaged, I think it was a 66% around the rim, and that's pretty high. So those are the strengths. Also, another strength of Leonard Miller is his defensive upside. That's the last thing I want to get to. So his interior rim scoring, his handle, and then we're going to his defensive upside. Like, when I watch him play, he reminds me a lot of Jaren Jackson Jr. If you guys know Jaren Jackson Jr., just the versatility at that 6'10", 6'11" frame. He can block, he can rim protect. He's a really good, I think he averaged 1 block in a G League Ignite. He can rim protect, and then he can guard 3 through 5. He moments of really, really good help defense. Now, he averaged 1 steal per game and 0.8 blocks per game. Of his team's total blocks, he averaged 30% of them, and as well as 37% of his team's total rebounds. So again, he gets up on the boards with the defensive rebounding, and he rim protects. And then this is where I really look for these clips right here of him guarding in space, because you guys know the NBA is all about space and pace. Guys guarding in the open court, isolation situations. And him guarding in the isolation, he has really good agility, really quick feet. You see he walls up. He defends without fouling, because he's moving his feet and he has very long arms to recover. This is what the part that reminds me a lot of Jaren Jackson Jr., because I think the reason Jaren Jackson Jr. Won Defensive Player of the Year, because he's so good at rim protecting, but at the same time, he can switch, be a great switch defender, point of attack defender, and can guard that 3 through 5 guards at times. He has the speed, the agility to guard guards at times, and I think that's why teams are so high on Leonard Miller. Now we're going to go to the weaknesses. So the weaknesses of Leonard Miller, of course, is the shot. Now, I looked closely to his shot, and his mechanics are really bad. Now, he was shooting an inefficient 30.5% from catch and shoot looks. His shot mechanics are not good. I think this is probably why he's dropping to a late first-round pick. He has an extreme ceiling, very, very high ceiling. But I think the reason why he's dropped, he's probably at that late first round projection, is because of his shot. His mechanics are not good. He doesn't really set his feet and point to the rim. Just a very hitchy kind of shot. It doesn't look fluid. I know he's a lefty. It doesn't look fluid. He kind of like stops and pulls, and then he kind of has that Kessler problem. You know how Kessler Edwards, when we drafted him, had that foot problem where he didn't, because shooting is really a lot about balance and pointing your feet at the rim, good bending of your knees, and then follow through with good fluidity. And he doesn't really have that. Now, he has the ability to shoot it. Like, he's not afraid to shoot it. I mean, that's the good part about it. He's not afraid to shoot it. He shot 30% from 3. But the problem is he needs a really, really good player development coach to work with him, because his shot needs a lot of work. He needs a lot of work before he can start shooting threes. So that's probably one of the biggest weaknesses of Leonard Miller. Then another weakness I saw here in a couple of notes I took was the ball security. He just makes a lot of careless, lazy turnovers. And I think that's for his age, since he's so young and he's 19, he doesn't really have the knowledge of, keeping the ball, how important security of the ball is in going in pro sports. He needs he needs just more time. He's so young, he just needs more time for development. Then again, the defensive consistency, there's times that he doesn't, not consistent at the defensive end. I mean, he has the ability to be a great defender. I'm talking about Jaren Jackson Jr., Claxton type of level defender. I think he has that talent in him. He has the skill set, he has the agility, he has the athleticism. He has that in him, but he just needs it to be a more consistent level. But those are the main weaknesses of Leonard Miller. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Leonard Miller? He is going to be a projected first-round pick. Should the Brooklyn Nets draft him? I think we should. In my opinion, I think we need to take a swing on one of these high ceiling, high upside forwards. And again, we need interior presence. We need rebounding. We need guys that are defensively versatile, and Leonard Miller is that. I know he can't hit that three at a consistent rate for us, but I think we should at least take a swing at that, swing at the upside he has, because putting him in the Brooklyn Nets lineup again, it fixes the interior problem. It gives us a little bit of height. It gives us more rebounding and ability to switch. And then he can, I think his frame, a lot of people are probably concerned about his frame. He's only 211 pounds. He's going to gain weight. He's only 19. He might even grow a little bit more. He might even grow to 6'11", 7 foot. So I think with the proper training, development, weight room, he's going to pack on weight. And if he does pack on weight and gets to his full potential, he could be a little bit scary, and fixes that jump shot, he could be really scary. But make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. It's Nets Kingdom. Appreciate you guys.